man. I do what I do. And Trump's return to power would embolden racism in the most overt and vicious forms. And now that prediction is playing out in real time. Again, I voted for Donald Trump. Unlike the vast majority of black people, my brothers and sisters, I voted for Donald Trump because I wanted to keep my money. I wanted to hold on to my taxes. I wanted business to be good. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen, but I'm all right with it because it is what it is. And y'all might be saying, how can you vote for this when you know? Because I'm used to this environment. I'm from South Central Los Angeles. I'm used to living in a hostile environment. Where's my hat at? I need to find my hat. But nevertheless, look, let's even be more blunt. I want you, foundational black Americans don't have no reason to fight for people who have never stood with us. And unfortunately, many Latinos, instead of recognize the common struggle for racial justice, you chose to practice anti-blackness and thinking that being white adjacent would save you. Okay, they stayed silent when black people were mass incarcerated and redlined and gunned down in the streets. And in some cases, they actively participated in the anti-black racism, whether through voting patterns or policing or even personal bias. Some of the worst and most racist police in America are Latino dudes. I used to think black dudes, when they get a badge and a stick and a gun, are bad. But when you get a little angry, short Latino dude who's a sheriff, you put that badge on his chest, he is the most anti-black racist you can meet. You have sheriff gangs, sheriffs in LA who are Latino, and they literally have gangs that target black people. And I find that just detestable. And now that they find themselves being hunted and deported and stripped of the privileges they thought they had earned, right? They want sympathy. You see? Now, the crazy thing is black folks have sympathy for you. I got some videos. I want to share this little video with this little lady right here. Listen to this. Look at that. Fair use.
Knock on the door. I was looking through the peephole. It was like 3 men standing there. They was knocking on my door, and I could see them knock on the neighbor door and everybody else's door, but I didn't fucking answer because I clearly knew who they were and I knew who they were here for. And I literally watched people get walked out of their houses, and up there, Mexicans downstairs, Mexicans across from me. Literally everyone around me. I live on this whole side where all Mexicans stay at. Seriously, because I know they party every night, and they still ain't invited me for no tacos.
Uh-oh. You see that? Somebody say tacos. Did you hear that? She said they didn't invite her for them tacos.
But,
hold on a minute.
Yes, and then I woke up this morning, and it's Sunday, so all the work trucks usually be outside. Mm-hmm. Like I saw 5 work trucks usually be outside because they don't work on Sunday. I see 1 truck out, and I just want to say this is very much sad. And like I said, only 1 truck is out there. It's usually 5 work trucks. It's usually packed in our parking lot on Sundays where we can never find parking because everybody's usually home. There's 1 work truck out there today. Literally, no work truck. The parking lot is freaking empty. There's parking literally right downstairs. And yeah, I really watched them bang on people's doors. I kind of went back into my bed because I was home alone. So I kind of just went back into my house and into the bed. But
I mean, this woman is legitimately empathetic. You understand what I'm saying? Contrast this by that white woman that was here earlier.
They were knocking, and right now it's so quiet. Usually I'm hearing the neighbors upstairs or the people downstairs. I don't hear anybody. I don't see nobody. I've been looking outside. There's nobody out there. And I feel like they took my neighbors. And what I'm used to is that my neighbors don't even speak English. More in Cali, most of the Mexicans speak English. My neighbors don't even speak English. They don't.
So, and then you got brothers like this. This is a brother here.
You know what's funny about that? What you just said, what's funny is because in my experience, I'm not even talking about online, where I get massive love from the Mexican community, massive. But I'm talking about in my everyday life. I'm talking when I look outside life. No problems. They don't hate me or nothing.
See?
They always nice. They show love. They work harder than Americans.
Now, see, he going over the top, okay? But let's listen to the brother. But I just want you to hear the love he has for brown people and indigenous people. I want you to hear the love he has. You know, contrast this with this white woman was saying.
Let's be honest. Damn sure worked harder to be. Been super cool. I used to work in a restaurant. Super cool. Always threw me a little extra on the side.
No.
I'd be like, hey man, and then let me get a little, and they'd be hook me up. Here's the question I have for you. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to feel, right? This is reality, and if that's the way you feel, and you're not trolling, that's the way you feel, I can't tell you to change that. And I'm not exactly sure what happened in your experience to make you feel that way, or anyone else.
I got much love for Mexicans, man. I was about to get jumped one time at a damn amusement park. I was there. I was like about 12, 13. I was at the little kitty party where they was playing the music. It's Astro World back in the day in the 80s. And I was dancing with the little white girl. I was really getting it. I ain't really know. You know, I was naive. Next thing I know, I got surrounded by like 3 white boys. And then I'm dancing with the white girl. I'm still not really peeping what's going on. I'm like, I know they ain't about to jump me. I'm up in here. And the white girl, she looked like, oh, shoot. And then, man, all of a sudden, they kind of backed off a little bit. They was looking behind me. And there was a vato right there, a Mexican. I mean, one that like a real Mexican. You know what I mean? He looked like he had the nice the shirt, the button-down shirt. He was probably about 14, but he looked like he about 30. You understand? He stood right next to me. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. And so the white boys looked at him and they were like, oh, you here with somebody. You see what I mean? And so, you know, I averted what could have been a horrible racial experience. You see what I mean? But no, he wasn't no gangster. He was just a straight up, like a brown Mexican dude, man. He's standing there looking like a man. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So I got much love for Mexicans. But again, this was an indigenous Mexican. This is not necessarily one of those white Mexicans per se. You see what I'm saying? And so it wasn't no gangster. He was just a straight up Mexican guy, a kid, 15, maybe 15 years old. It wasn't no gangster stuff. He just saw it going down and he stood there next to me like a man. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. So, you know, I got much love. Yeah, his name was probably Victor. he looked like a Victor or a Hector. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, I got much love for when I started discovering that Latinos had this embedded, you know, self-hate, you know, and desire to be white. It was very disappointing to me when I found out how like some of the light-skinned and white Mexicans treat the indigenous Mexicans, the brown Mexicans, or the brown Latino. It was very disappointing to me. Very, very disappointing to me. I've truly never had any issues with Latino people. I've always got much love from them. But I have to point out, you know, as a spokesperson for Black men, because that's what I am. Okay, now at this point, I'm kind of in a junction. I'm just speaking on behalf of all of Black people, specifically foundational Black American people. But I have to point out what their opinions are and where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And another thing you have to understand is that a lot of us are beginning to recognize that it's our legacy that many of these minority folks are benefiting from. And I want you to peep this out, because Donald Trump said something a few weeks ago, well, last week, Don, it feels like he's been in office for 2 months, but he said something about birthright citizenship, which has caused a nationwide conversation. And you see this sister right here awakening and truly recognizing the battle that our ancestors fought for us hundreds of years ago. Listen to what this lovely sister has to say. Check this out.
Donald Trump is opening up a can of worms that I have not seen any other politician ever speak on. When it comes to this birthright issue, he is basically saying that the Birthright Amendment, the 14th Amendment, was created for slaves.
The only country that has it to that extent, and it wasn't meant, if you look, it was really meant for children of slaves. This is when it happened. The children of slaves, it was not meant for everyone to come into our country by airplane or...
And it's crazy because you got Ann Coulter, of all people, saying that Black Americans are basically being used, you know, by other people to come here and get these rights.
And that's what we've been saying the whole time. We fight to get these rights for the minority populations, the people who are less numbers, and then other people come and jump in line. And it's because we worked hard. No, the work was done when you got here. Okay. All that happened was we finally got a chance to get to the starting line, and you all came and bumped us off the starting line and start running. Now, you don't know what it took for us to get to the starting line, but that's what you did. You see? So keep listening.
And it's interesting because the 13th Amendment that emancipated us was in 1865. And the 14th Amendment that gave these rights of citizenship was in 1868, 3 years later. So clearly, and even when you read on it, it was clearly to address the people that had been free of slavery, and now, of course, they had to deal with issues of citizenship.
That's exactly
and it just trips me how I don't want to start trouble, but just how people have not honored our ancestors. And at the end of the day, come to find out, so many people have been able.
I want you to hear something. You don't know all these. Remember back in the day, about a few years, people said these old ancestors. You don't know what our ancestors had to be. Half of y'all wouldn't be able to walk a mile in our ancestors' shoes. You soft as a cotton swab. You don't know what black men and black women had to deal with. We need to always honor our ancestors. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. You can wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. D's black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. Learn something and you earn something. Let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't Pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta know this now. Black men out here, know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here, know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here, know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here, know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.